So was it a mistake by the National Education Union to instruct teachers not to tell their head teacher which schools were going on strike? So parents often were turning up at school gates not knowing if they were going to be able to put their child in the classroom. I thought that was really, really unfair.
I think that is difficult, yes, because parents need to know for childcare, for work, for, making sure their children are taken care of properly. And so it was an unusual choice. I suppose it was this idea of uncertainty. But who was that damaging most? It was the parents and the children because, nobody knew what was quite happening. So, yeah, I wasn't in favour of that approach particularly.
Do you think, because there's going to be more strikes, Sue, do you think next time they should revise their strategy?
On that particular one, yes, because I think you could lose very easily parental support because of the uncertainty of knowing whether the children are going to go in or not go in. And if you've got 2 or 3 children in different schools, that is a logistical nightmare. And the children are uncertain the night before as well. So it doesn't help anybody.
Would you be on the picket line, Sue?
Would I be on the picket line? I think so, yes.
Would you really?
I think so, because these are issues, pay cuts have really, they've been sort of drip taken away from teachers. So they don't even keep up with inflation. And you've got teachers that I know that are doing, a slot in Sainsbury's or in a supermarket to add up. And, if you've got a single parent who's a teacher who's divorced, 10 years ago, they would have been able to support their own family and carried on. Now they are really worried. And the pandemic and the cost of living crisis is squeezing everybody, as you can see, across all these different unions. And I think it just needs people to be mindful of how they handle it. But certainly telling parents so they can, plan ahead, I think is an important one.
There was a report this week, I'm sure you saw it, which suggested that teachers in England and Wales are among the highest paid in Europe and they work the fewest hours.
I wonder where they get all these stats, because I knew you were going to say something like that at me.
That's my job, Sue.
Because if I had £1 for every time someone says, but you get long holidays and you leave at 4 o'clock, I would have a whole host of Jimmy Choo's sandals and shoes and boots. It's not like that. Retention is difficult. Teachers cover for other teachers. They don't have the budgets. There are supply teaching. Special educational needs are very diverse. Supply teachers taking over. So it is a mess and it really needs a proper look at. And I was kind of hoping after the pandemic, we'd have a real reboot of what we want education to do for our children and move it forward into the 21st century. And this is a very difficult time, and definitely with a heavy heart that my friends, who loads of them are teachers, are having to go on strike